Alright, gather round. I've got a wild story for you. Imagine it's the year 2003, when people were still using flip phones, and nobody had heard of TikTok. It was spring fling night, a big school dance that everyone was excited about, except for one girl, Summerfield. Why, you ask? Well, she was feeling pretty down because a spooky guy called the Sweetly Slasher had been causing chaos, taking out her best friends. Yeah, talk about a mood killer. So, Summer's at the dance, trying to avoid her awkward ex, Ethan, you know, the kind of guy who thinks he's smooth but trips over his own feet. Suddenly, this masked maniac jumps out at her, wielding a knife. Classic scary movie stuff, right? She makes a run for it, but things don't end well. Summer disappears that night, and nobody knows who the slasher is. Fast forward 20 years, 2023. Summer's little sister, Lucy, is now a high school student. And let me tell you, Lucy feels like she's living in a zombie town. The place is falling apart, everyone's talking about the old murders, and her parents are still mourning Summer. Lucy, though? She's more into building gadgets and dreaming up inventions. She's basically Tony Stark, minus the billionaire part. One day, while moping around the old barn where her sister was last seen, she stumbles on something weird, a hidden time machine. Yes, a real-life, whirring, buzzing, I can't believe it time machine. Now, instead of running away like any sane person, Lucy thinks, hey, what could go wrong, and hops right in. Poof! She's back in 2003, 2 days before her sister's fateful spring fling. Lucy's freaking out at first because everything looks so different. The town's lively, the streets aren't crumbling, and oh, look. There's a blockbuster. She runs into Quinn, her sister's old buddy. He's that kind of awkward, geeky guy who's always holding a love letter he's too scared to deliver. He sees Lucy, and after some weird questions about time travel, he decides she might just be nuts, or brilliant. Lucy follows Quinn to school, where she watches her sister Summer hanging out with friends, laughing like nothing's wrong. It's like seeing a ghost, but happier. Determined to save her sister, Lucy jumps into action with a plan that's barely a plan, more like a winging it situation. She needs help, so she teams up with Quinn, spilling the beans about being from the future. Quinn's reaction? He thinks she's seen Back to the Future one too many times, but decides to roll with it. Things get hilarious when Lucy tries to be a secret agent. She's hiding behind bushes, whispering, pissed. Quinn, grab that bottle of soda. He's like, why? And she says, I need it to power the time machine. Spoiler alert, it doesn't work like that. But they still try. Summer starts noticing Lucy acting all strange, spying on her friends like a clumsy ninja. Summer confronts her, and after a heart-to-heart and a lot of confused looks, Lucy spills the truth. Summer's not buying it at first. Time travel? Yeah, right. And I'm a rock star. But when Lucy drops some details no one else could know, like Summer's secret habit of practicing dance moves in front of the mirror, Summer's eyes go wide. She believes her. Now it's a full-blown sibling detective duo. They try to find out who this masked slasher is, and guess what? They catch him in the act before he can hurt anyone. The slasher tries to chase them down, but Lucy and Summer pull some classic pranks, like throwing banana peels on the ground. It's like Home Alone, but with a lot more screaming. Then comes the big twist, they unmask the slasher, and it's Quinn? Wait, what? No, not the goofy, teenage Quinn next to Lucy, the Quinn from the future. Turns out he got bitter and twisted because he never confessed his love to Summer, got bullied, and ended up a crazed time traveler seeking revenge. Yep, future Quinn is a bit of a drama king. Lucy, being the smart cookie she is, tricks future Quinn into chasing her back into the time machine. They zap back to 2024. There, she manages to outwit him using one of her gadgets, an electric shock glove she made for fun, and for avoiding handshakes. With a zap and a wham, future Quinn is knocked out, and Lucy makes sure he's done causing trouble. Lucy pops back to 2003 one last time. She gives her sister a big hug and says goodbye, knowing she's saved her from a terrible fate. But here's the catch, because she's altered the past, Lucy doesn't exist in this new, happy timeline. Her parents never mourned summer, and everyone's living their best lives. So what does Lucy do? She decides to stay in 2003 and live alongside her sister as if nothing happened. And guess what? She gets to be the cool older sister she always wanted to be. In the end, Lucy lands a dream internship at NASA. Turns out being a time traveler impresses folks, even if they don't know it. She leaves a final note for her future self: don't mess with time machines. It's a headache.